The swing and a miss t-shirt. What do I mean by this? Well, folks, it looks like the government shutdown will end today, which is good news for the country, in my opinion. It means that SNAP benefits will be going out soon. It means airport kerfuffles or hassles will be over soon. And oh, by the way, we can get the government doing what it is supposed to be doing. But unfortunately, I don't know how long this will last. It seems like we will have a deja vu moment in January. Again, this is appears to be a funding for only a couple of months. It does get us through the holidays. It does get us back on track. It does promise a vote. But at the end of the day, I have one question for you. Did the 40-day government shutdown accomplish anything? I mean, seriously, was it worth it? Did anything happen? No. In my opinion, the answer is no. But again, I guess it's what we get when we have government. So again, it does look like the government will be open today or tomorrow at worst case. It does look like it's gone through the Senate, and hopefully this is good news. The stock market, risk on, all of that is happening as the government is open. But let's move on. Let's talk about some earnings. We do get some earnings this week that'd be interesting. We did get Instacart. Instacart already reported this morning. They beat top line, beat bottom line, and raised guidance. I am shocked that total transaction volume for Instacart is $9.17 billion in a quarter. Folks, Instacart is not cheap. Getting your groceries delivered is not cheap. So it is always mind-boggling to me that when we think the economy and the consumer is dead, we still find a way to spend $9 billion, or actually not, $9 billion in goods were sent via Instacart. Instacart made roughly $900 million on that. So again, pretty wild. Not only did Instacart beat top line and bottom line, but they also raised guidance for future quarters. Also today, after market, we will get CoreWeave and Plug Power. CoreWeave is interesting. They are obviously part of the AI arena, so we will see what we see in their earnings. Tomorrow we get Porsche, Wednesday Cisco Systems, Thursday Disney, Brookfield Applied Materials, and Beazer Homes. Always interested what is going on with home builders. And Friday we get Alliance. So again, plenty of earnings this week. Let's talk about the 50-year mortgage. The 50-year mortgage has been a hot topic the last 48 hours or so. Dion called me out yesterday. I did a quick response video yesterday evening. We will be talking about it on Wednesday. The three amigos come together on Wednesday. Dion, I, and Matt will be talking about it, so look forward to that video later in the week. Again, it is interesting to see friends disagree on a topic, so look forward to having that discussion. We can talk about some Fed speech that has already come out today. Fed Musselman talks about it is important to bring inflation down. No kidding. Rate cut provided insurance on the labor market. We have adequate information to make decisions, and consumer balance sheets are okay. Finally, labor market is around full employment, but cooling. So what does Fed Musselman basically telling you? Basically saying he's in the camp of waiting. I do not believe he is in the camp of cutting in December. How about Fed President Daly? Fed President Daly. Always see the broadest disagreement at inflection points. This is, of course, something I've talked about for quite a while now. Either at the top or at the bottom, when there is this change in trajectory, is where you get the most disagreement. I don't want to make a mistake of holding rates too long. Again, Daly is clearly in the camp of wanting to cut in December. We will not see labor inflation. That is important, right? There's always this threat of a wage spiral inflation. Daly says it is not coming. We can't take our eye off inflation. I think this is just a simple hat tip to other Fed members. And finally, the balance of risk has shifted to the labor market. Again, I think you can pencil Fed Daly in as a cut in December. So again, very, very cool. Josh, I thank you for the super chat. Oh, I will check my DMs in school after I get over with this. Thank you very much for the reminder. Oh, Fannie and Freddie is actually looking at something called portable mortgages. Portable mortgages need to be done in a safe and sound manner, but that is interesting. I know we talk about 50-year mortgage and giving affordability a chance. Again, I believe that all that will happen is very quickly prices will go up and then bingo, bango, nothing. However, portable mortgages, like where you have a mortgage on a house for 3%, you can port that to another house, that gets interesting. A portable mortgage could lower home prices. What do I mean by that? Well, if you follow this channel, you know that the housing market is broken. The housing market is broken at the low end. Why? Because at the low end, entry-level housing is not transacting. If you allow, again, this is a big if, this is talk, this is speculation, but if you allow someone to take a 2.7% mortgage on a house they own today and port that to the next purchase, and then they make up the difference with either equity or debt, that will make a lot of entry-level homes available. And as you know, supply and demand is undefeated. If you unlock a lot of supply in a very short window, prices will fall. Again, this is all about how the median home price is calculated. Today we have nearly no entry-level housing. If tomorrow we have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and hundreds of entry-level housing, that's just math, folks. The median home price would fall. So I fully support trying to understand if we can make mortgages portable. That is potentially game-changing. Rick Palacios out of John Burns Real Estate Consulting had an interesting point about Nashville. Again, I like understanding what is going on in different areas because you could always ask yourself, is it happening to me or somewhere else? Nashville. Rick did a survey of builders, and this is what he found. Big builders are using rate buydowns. Again, we are seeing big builders potentially do 9 and 10 points of buydowns to get people to say yes to home purchases. Smaller builders are struggling because they can't compete. And then finally, this is where I put the little asterisk or the star. Investors, you and me, are finding deals that pencil, AKA cash flow. At the end of the day, low-priced, single-family, and townhomes in high-demand areas are being picked up by institutions. If you follow this channel, you know I've had some conversations with Real Bricks. Real Bricks is a fractional investing house, and they have picked up some new builds, which I am interested in and have a little bit of money deployed to see how it performs. We've got 80% of the S&P 500 already reporting, and of S&P 500 companies that have reported, 80% have beat expectations. 80% of current S&P 500 that have reported have beat expectations. That is the highest number since the spring of 2021. Shout out Lance Lambert and Resi Club. It looks like CEO of Meritage Homes said building costs have gone down this year, not up. There was talk about inflation in materials and labor, and according to the CEO of Meritage Homes, nope, building costs have gone down. I do want to congratulate some folks for joining school. Sopan, Andrew, and Jared. Folks, we are on our way to 500. I think this morning we're at 486, so 14 more folks. I do want to remind you, when we get to 500, I will very quickly hold a celebration in the evening. I will invite my other millionaires to see who we can get there, and we will have an evening question, celebration, answers, and a viewer reminded me yesterday that I made the following promise. When we get to 500, I will also make Get Your Money Right course free. I will take it off Teachable, which is 99 bucks, and I will throw it into school so that you get access to that for free as well. Again, remember 67 cents a day is available to you. You can work with the financial firefighter to get that first month back. And lastly, let's talk about two more things and we'll call it a day. There's a lot of talk again about 50-year mortgages. I have proposed that the spread between a 30-year and a 50-year would be up. I think a lot of people assume it will be flat. Just for comparison's sakes, I did some research this morning. The difference between a 15-year mortgage and a 30-year mortgage today is 50 basis points, half a point. So I think it is fair to assume that the difference between a 30-year and a 50-year would be about 50 basis points. And anytime you take the interest rate higher, it makes the difference in payment lower. And then finally, for those that say the millennials don't have a chance, I want to congratulate them. According to the Wall Street Journal, millennials have a higher net worth than past generations when you adjust for inflation. Folks, don't let the doomers steal hope. Getting wealthy is possible, but it starts with hope. As always, if you are a landlord, don't forget to check out Steadily. Steadily is landlord insurance. All right, folks, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Bye.